Welcome to Sunset Hotline. Out of order. I'm Marcus. I'm here with Jesse once again. We're working on a couple different things, but he's checking out Virtua Fighter 2, troubleshooting this board, and it does some weird stuff. When we turn the game on, it looks like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like pink and
artifacting.
Artifacting. That's what you would say. And so I'm going to show you guys some shots of this board because it's pretty awesome. It's Sega AM2. Here's the side art. Pretty awesome game. And all in all, it's in pretty good shape. I'm probably going to swap out the joysticks here. They're a little rusty. So, and I don't like the convex buttons. I prefer to have the concave buttons personally, but like these. But that's okay. I'll probably leave them just because they seem all right. But the joysticks might swap out. And let's check out what Jesse's got here. So, Jesse, first tell us about what is in your hand right now.
This is the CPU board, if you can believe it.
Pretty huge.
This is basically an Intel processor.
Intel inside.
It's equivalent to like the 386 PC, but this is the i960, which is what Intel was using for like standalone machines.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like kind of like what we would have nowadays as a Raspberry Pi, but this is like a standalone unit for special things like the Virtua Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
show them the back of this beast. So I saw that, and I would have thought this is some kind of a hack job.
No, this is during production. If there's an update that they needed to do, these are bodge wires. So someone probably found errors when they were doing stuff, and this is how they repaired it or corrected it.
That's hilarious.
And the next revision, that wouldn't be there anymore. They would have made the corrections, but this is a version where they had found some issues and they just fixed it.
Like a cost-cutting way to patch something.
Yeah.
Instead of reprinting a circuit board, they're just like, okay.
And
so
then, as far as like this is the interface board.
These are where all the ports plug in on the back, like the monitor.
You've got the RGB, you've got the controller's inputs, and then this right here is actually where the magic happens. This is the operating system and the ROM information.
Wow.
So these are the actual ROMs right here of the game. Mm-hmm. And then all of these other chips are, you know, operating system and memory. Yeah.
Were you saying these are the memory chips over there?
These are part of the memory. These are all part of the memory.
Crazy.
This is probably the BIOS. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty interesting how they put it together, and it's just a bus that goes all the way through.
Yeah, it just stacks on top.
Yeah, it stacks on top of each other. In fact, this one has this. This one doesn't stack anymore, obviously, because it's the operating system. But this is the processor board that has two, and the video board, which is this guy on the bottom, mm-hmm. also has another set on the bottom.
Oh, so it could be stacked
even more
if you wanted to have like a dual video board for some reason.
So whatever reason they had it, so that they can continue to add on top.
Yeah.
Of whatever they had. So yeah, this is the video board right here. You got the video memory over here. This is the custom chips, kind of like NVIDIA, but Sega had made their own GPU. And look at this. This has got a 68,000 Motorola processor.
Hey, those are everywhere.
Yeah. You know where that's from? Genesis and the Master System. They both use that 68,000 processor.
Man, Sega loved it. Yeah, so we've got a couple things, so we're going to work on that. He's going to keep playing with that. And then this is the monitor. It's a pretty huge monitor. Unfortunately, Jesse was unable to figure out what was going on with this thing. Monitor seems good, so that's great. But anyway, I did some checking around and I found a guy online who can actually repair these Sega boards. In fact, he's like a Sega repair specialist for arcades. So I'm going to take this all out, package it up, and mail it to him. I'm just going to send him the boards, not the enclosure. So that'll cut back on shipping and all that, and that's his preferred way of dealing with it anyway. He mentioned that it's a pretty common issue when I described it to him, so we'll see if that's correct. But yeah, I don't know, I'd love to get the original Virtua Fighter 2 going with this hardware. The alternative would be to, you know, like, I don't know, put in like a replacement board, or maybe like some kind of an emulator of it. Like, I don't know if it would work on a Raspberry Pi or like a, you know, Pandora or something, but I'd so much rather use the real hardware. Even with all the games that we're gonna have, there's really only one right now that's running on something other than the original arcade hardware, and I may actually swap that out. So if I can keep everything original, that's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, I'll update you guys as we go. All right, so a few weeks later, I got the board back. It's repaired from a guy who's actually an arcade repair guy who used to work at Sega. He said that the glue on some of the, I guess some of the connectors actually like rots and corrodes the PCB over time. So he had to clean that off, get it all repaired. So I'm just gonna mount it back in the case here, and then gonna throw it on in right here, and then we'll see what happens when we give it power. Hopefully we get a good display and it looks good, so I'm gonna mount that right now. Well, there we go. Definitely pretty awesome. So the board's good. There's a little bit of static on the audio, but I think that's just a loose connector on the side. But yeah, man, it's awesome to have Virtua Fighter 2 back in business. This game's so much fun, and this monitor is actually really sharp, really colorful, so it looks good. Pretty excited. So here it is, all done up. Virtua Fighter 2. Definitely looks good. Got the new joysticks installed. I left the same buttons, you know, and then this is a plexiglass. The plexiglass turned out good too. So everything looked really kind of funky at first, and now it's nice and clean. Don't, you know, recycle, don't trash it. But yeah, what a crazy experience getting this thing going. Just mostly because we had to send off the board to get kind of repaired, but monitor looks really good. You know, I hope it continues to look as sharp as it does. Sounds really good. It doesn't glitch out anymore. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this out of order Virtua Fighter 2. Thanks for watching. Till next time, you know what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep that shit retro by playing Virtua Fighter 2 on the Sega Saturn later on.